Hello, food lovers! Beans and plantain is on our menu today. Join me as we prepare. So, we'll be needing ripe plantain or unripe, depending on the one that suits your taste. You cut and wash them so that they will be clean before you can access the inside. So, after washing it, you are going to cut it open. We're going to cut it open. After cutting it open, we are going to make a mark on the body because you are not using the olden days method, which is using the charcoal. We'll be using an oven. So we are going to make a mark on the body for easy heat penetration. So after which you are going to proceed to the oven. I'm using a small oven. So I'm going to turn the heat to 250 degrees centigrade. I'm going to put the heat to be up and down and make it 1 hour. The plantain will spend like 1 hour in the oven. So here is our plantain seated in the oven. We proceed to the onions now. We'll be using a lot of onions for this recipe. You cut enough of onions because onions is always very good in beans. So we are now going to proceed to our beans. By now your beans should have been well picked. I'm using honey beans because this honey beans gives this recipe a good taste. So check it around your area. So for the stew or whatever that we'll be using for this plantain and this recipe, we'll be using onions, a lot of onions, then pepper. Now our water have boiled. We add our washed beans. You add your washed beans, cover it to cook for like 5 minutes before you rinse it out. You rinse it out with water. Our beans is ready now. We're going to pour it out, rinse it out, pour it out and rinse it with cold water. Rinse very well. Ensure you rinse it properly. Now it's time to check on our plantain. While we wait for the water to boil, our plantain is cooking very well. Now we proceed to making the oil that we'll be using for the plantain, for the beans and plantain. So we add the onions that is finely chopped. Now add the pepper, then add the oil as well. Then add 1 cube of the Maggi, just one. Add a cube of the Maggi, add your oil, add your salt, then place it on on a low heat. You don't want your onions to be soft. We want it to be crunchy in this recipe. So you are going to place it on a medium heat, okay? So that the onions will still remain crunchy after. Now we check on the beans. The beans is already almost done. We are going to add 1 cube of Maggi to it and a little salt as well. Now we check on our plantain. Our plantain is ready. We now bring it out and cut it into bite sizes. Cut it into bite sizes. You know now, roasted plantain and beans is a bay. Now we are going to add this to our scooped beans. Scooped beans, add it to it, add your oil mixture, mix. Oh, I'm already salivating. Tell me in the comment section, how do you like your beans and plantain? Roasted or unroasted? Have you get to try this recipe? If you get to try it, please tag me to the posts. I would love to see how your own come out. This recipe is a bae. This recipe is so yummy. Then you mix everything together, mix them properly, then serve. You're going to test for salt. If it's your first time, test for salt because it's not my first time. I already know the quantity of salt and I checked it. Everything is okay. Now we are going to proceed to serving the food. You serve it. Oh, Look at that. I'm salivating already. Then we do the topping with enough onions and pepper from the oil. You can add a little oil, oil in beans make beans so lovely. So let me know if you get to try this. Honestly, if you get to try this is so yummy. It's a native food, long aged food, but so yummy, still in vogue. So if you get to try, let me know. Please tell me where you're watching us from the comment section. Thank you.